Hey Stampers, Kim from StampingImperfection.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm here with a video for 7Kids Craft Store to showcase some of their August release stamps. A week or so ago I used the Pizzeria Kids and Pizzeria Parlor stamp sets to create a card. Now I want to use one of these Fabulous Fairy stamp set. There is the Back to School Fairy set, which is the one I'm going to play with today, and then the Birthday Fairies. These are just adorable stamp sets, and you can do so much with them. Anything that I do with the Back to School Fairies, you can do with the Birthday Fairies. Now, I just want to create some simple cards. I'm not going to do scene cards. I want to do backgrounds or something. For the first video, I have 2 videos for you today because I have 4 cards. The first video, I'm going to do just 1 card, and I'm going to show you how I do the coloring. And I'm using my Altenew alcohol markers. These are Altenew artist markers. These are alcohol markers. And what I like about these is I don't have to think about what colors to layer together because they come in sets. This is set A that I'm showing you right here. It's got 4 blue shades that layer together, 4 red shades that layer together, 3 green shades that layer, and then 1 black marker. And the other sets have other colors. So I'm going to use stuff from all sets, but I'm going to try to use most of this set A for this stamp today, or for this card. So I have a card front that is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The card bases are 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I scored and folded them at 4 1/4. Now I'm just going to I am taking the little fairy holding that pencil because I just think he's so darling. And I'm just inking that up, and I'm using the Altenew permanent black ink because it is designed for alcohol markers, and you can see I'm a little messy here. It wipes up, so this is permanent black ink. You could use this in your scrapbooks. It's, acid free, lignin free, all of that stuff. I use it in my scrapbooks all the time, actually. I like this ink a lot, and it's a great ink for doing exactly what I'm doing. They came out with this when they came out with their alcohol markers. I have had these alcohol markers since they came out with them, and I have not yet had to refill them, and I can refill them. So they do have refills available. And one of the things I like about them is that they're affordable. Like if you want to start out, you want to try just one set, pick this set. This is amazing. You can do all kinds of stuff with this, except for faces, and there's no grays in this set. So I took the darkest green and I just did the tip of his hat, and then I did some quick flicks, and with the brush end of the marker from the bottom of the hat up. Now I've taken the second color, the medium color, and I went right over the lines that I created before, but I made them a little bit thicker and longer. So I'm extending the color here. And when you do that, you pull some of that darker color up. Now I'll take the lightest color and I go back over the edge of that medium color, and then I'm going to fill it in. And that helps the colors blend together. It takes a little while for the colors to blend together. So if it doesn't look perfect right now, it will as the colors blend because they'll mix together on the page. And that is all you need to do. So, a lot of times I've taken a lot of Copic coloring classes and alcohol marker coloring classes, and there are some people who go from dark to light and then from light to dark, and then they go over it twice, and then there are some people that go from light to dark and then back over it from dark to light. And you can do either one of those. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do that, actually. Like, you don't have to put that much ink down. That really sucks up your ink. So I've been playing with a technique where I take the darkest color and I put the darkest color like on the pants, along the top of the pants, along the bottom of the pants, along the right side of the legs. Then I go over that line with the medium color and fill it in a little bit more and extend the colors, and then I fill it in the rest with the light color and go over the edges of the medium color. Now I'm taking that lightest blue color in set A and I'm coloring the wings. I'm going to do more to the wings in a little while because I like them to look like they're sparkling. So since set A doesn't have any face colors, I pulled out I think it's set D, and there are 4 shades of brown. and you can see those on that paper to the right. I just swatched them out quickly, and I'm taking the three lightest ones, but I'm taking the darkest one that I'm using, and that is Y932. And these are, again, from set D. And I'm going along the edges of his face, along the edge of his hat or hair, whatever that is, and, down the right side of his arm. And then I'm going to go back over that color with the medium shade that I'm using. I'm filling in the ears, and I'm just going to extend it down a little farther and make the lines a little thicker. And then I'll take the lightest color and fill in the rest, fill in whatever I haven't filled in. I will go over that color that I've already done so that it gives those inks a chance to blend together, but now I'm just going to fill it in. Now, if you want darker skin color, you can use the darker brown marker that I didn't use here. If you want lighter, you're just going to use more of the medium and light shades. I'm not like trying to be colorist of the year here. I just want my image to have some shading. That's all I want. And when someone looks at this, it won't look like a flat image because I've put some shading in. So I took one of the browns and just went down the right edge of the pencil. And then I'm taking a couple of yellows. And these yellows come from set B. This is Y205 and C001. The 205 is the darkest, so I went over the top of that brown line I just made and then widened it out, and then I'm filling in the rest with the lightest C001. And I'm using, again, the brown and the C001. I'm pretty sure I'm using the Y911, which is the second to lightest brown color. Now, I'm pulling out some grays from set E, and I'm just using two grays here. I believe I used TG03 and TG02 just to give that metal piece of the marker some color. And I'm going to put a little bit of the red from set A, and then I'm going to take that yellow again and blend over the red and pull the red out and try to get it to look sort of like that orangey color of an eraser. So I'm adding a little bit of one of the light pink colors in that set A color. So I've used everything but the black in that set A. So I love these markers are so much more affordable. Now, to do the wings, I'm going to take that blue, the darkest blue in set A, and I'm just making some dots. And I'm making like the dots toward the part of the wing next to his body. And then I'm going to take the red, the darkest red. I'm going to do the same thing, and I might overlap some of the blue ones. And then I'm going to take my white gel pen and then go over those, and I'm going to extend the white gel pen out a little bit farther into the edge of the wing, the end there, and it'll make it look like a sparkly wing. I always do my wings this way, and I really like it. I like the effect. So that's the coloring. I just have to fill in the nose, and I'm just going to do that with a light pink, believe it or not. So I'm pulling out this Altenew, this is Misty Morning. I love this color, and I just like rubbed it on I smooshed it onto my Teflon mat there and spritzed it with some water and just mixed it together. And I'm using very little of this because I'm not using watercolor paper, and it will not matter that I just got that in there. You won't even notice it, believe it or not. Like, that'll dry. It's so light, it's not even going to be noticeable. I'm not going to worry about that. I just wanted to give him a little bit of grounding there. And now I'm going to take and just add my sentiment. I love this sentiment, sparkle wherever you go. So I'm going to ink this up in that Altenew black ink. Whatever your favorite black ink is, just make sure that it's okay for alcohol markers. And if it's not, heat set it with your heat tool and then use it. So I've stamped that. And I just want to do one more thing because I need some sparkle. So I'm going to pull out one of my Altenew ink sprays. And my very favorite color is Dusk. And it's a metallic shimmer spray. So you could use here, instead, you could use your shimmer mist if you have shimmer mist, whatever you have. And I rarely spray it. I just flick it and splatter it like this. I covered my image with a Post-it note because I didn't want him to get all covered with this, and I'm going to be very careful not to touch any of those spots. I'm going to add just a little bit more in that bare upper corner where I got the little bit of ink smudge, which doesn't show up once it dries. It's amazing. And I'm going to carefully remove the Post-it note, and then I'm going to put this aside on a board to let this dry and not touch it, because I'm very good at touching it. So you can get, I'm going to put a bunch of links to the 7 Kids Craft Store and all the social media stuff. You can get this stamp set. It's exclusive to the 7 Kids Craft Store, so you can purchase that there, and I will put links below to all of that. And I have a second video for you today with the other 3 cards that I'm making, which are much quicker because I'm not going to spend so much time showing you the coloring. So thank you so much for watching. Stop on my blog at stampingimperfection.com and make sure you check out what 7 Kids Craft Store has to offer. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like this video.